Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, skiers and fans, relatives and friends. Welcome to Mount Lacrosse and the 2022 Wisconsin State High School Ski.
Gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the
This for a few years. As a board members, we'd like to honor people that have done outstanding work for not only the state of Wisconsin skiing, but skiing in general. And we've got a couple this morning that we're going to bring up that have done probably more than anybody in the state of Wisconsin for not only high school racing, but USSA racing over the years. So Rod's going to tell you a little bit about this, and we'll go from there. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Steve. We're going to start out. I had made the nomination for Bill and Cindy Patza to be this year's WIARA Lifetime Achievement Award winners. And I'll read what we wrote about them. Congratulations to Bill and Cindy Patza as recipients of the WIARA Lifetime Achievement Award. They are being recognized for their incredible dedication, ingenuity, and vision in the progress and development of Alpine Racing in the state of Wisconsin. Before becoming coaches and state championship race organizers, both Bill and Cindy were elite high school and college athletes. As coaches, the couple have coached youth, USSA, USASA, high school, college, and FIS level athletes for over 30 years. Bill and Cindy have been instrumental in helping make Mount Lacrosse and the Lacrosse area dominant in alpine ski and snowboard competitions, help molded young athletes and coaches to continue to promote the sport through coaching and volunteerism. Wisconsin high school ski and snowboard racing is where it is today because of their relentless work ethic and passion in sport. And I mean relentless. If you guys know these two, that's the best word for them. WIA
We are nearing the start of the girls Super G here this morning. Just a few last minute details to take care of on the course, making sure timing is in operation, making sure all of our folks are in position. So just a couple more minutes here and we'll be leading off the girls Super G. And forerunner number 4 making her way down the course, starting from the very top at our 5th start house, using all.
All right, we're ready to start the girls Super G on this beautiful day at Mount Lacrosse. Our first racer is bib 109, Annika Nye, a senior from Wausau United.
Anna crosses the head wall and comes into the front part of this pitch. Looks like she's got a nice line as well. Walk wearing bib number 95.
Following Maria will be Lauren Kesson, a senior from Menominee Falls. She's in the start. Just over the head wall is Maria Schwabe. Oh, Maria has some trouble there. And hopefully she'll be okay. Unfortunately, bib 95, Maria Schwabe, is a did not finish. 95 is a DNF. Our next racer is bib 57, Lauren Kesson, a senior from Menominee Falls. And Lauren Kesson is now on course. In the start, we have bib 130, Cora Hansen, a sophomore from Wisconsin River Co-op. In the start, we have bib 71, Monroe Melgus, senior from Mukwonago.
These girls are taking advantage of this sunshine and attacking this course. There's nothing better than good visibility for ski racing, and they can certainly see well today.
And making her way to the finish is bib 68, Cameron Worth. And Cameron's time is a 43.78, 43.78. Our next racer is bib 71, Monroe Melgus from Mukwonago.
Monroe doing a nice job here today. Amy, I could never live in Mukwonago because I can't spell it.
That's okay.
Here she comes across the finish line at 37.66 for a first position. 3.7 here from Franklin. Oh.
And in the start, we have bib 99, Natalie Nolan, a sophomore from Rice Lake. At the head wall is Harper Navin. Oh, looks like we have Natalie Nolan on course here. We'll have to check. Just out of the start, we have bib number 12, Ellie Seipman from Arrowhead.
Ellie will be followed by Kate Herring from Homestead.
And let's see what Arrowhead has this year. They always have a really strong team. Looks like Ellie is doing a nice job on this Super G course. And here she comes to the finish. Ellie Seepman's time is a 39.04, 39.04 for Ellie.
Kate Herring on course now from Homestead. She's a senior this year, skiing as an individual, wearing bib number 140.
In the start is 101, Lucy Daniels, a senior from University School Milwaukee.
Kate Herring making her way towards the head wall. Course seems like it's holding up fairly well here so far today.
Here comes bib 140, Kate Herring to the finish. And Kate's time is a 41 point.
To this bottom pitch.
Keep an eye on her time. Brenna crosses the finish line at 38.77, unofficial 6th position. 38.77 for Brenna Butler.
Now on course, bib 141, Grace Hurley, a freshman from Wausau.
Grace will be followed by another freshman from Badger. That's Ellie Hearn.
That's Grace Hurley at the head wall, bib 141.
Seeing some great skiing out of these freshman girls here. And across the line, Grace comes at 38.43. 38.43 for an unofficial 5 position.
Now on course, we have bib number 142, Ellie Him.
Ellie will be followed by Kate Nahn, a senior at DSHA.
Pardon
Divine
me.
Savior.
Sorry, it's Ellie Hearn. Sorry, there.
Coming across the head wall, Elizabeth Windheiser, a senior from Aquinas, Onalaska, West Salem, skiing on the home turf here.
And here she comes, bib number 7, Elizabeth Windheiser to the finish. Elizabeth's time is a 43.65. 43.65. Our next racer is 143, Ava Ludwig, a senior from Wanakee.
Ava hit that head wall with some conviction, got a little air there, got her skis back underneath her. She's been on this course before as a senior. She's been here a few times. From Wanakee across the line, this is Ava Ludwig with a time of 39.03.
Our next racer is bib 137, Sophie Frank, a senior from Brookfield East.
Sophie will be followed by Emma Bailey from Nicolay Sherwood.
And we are approaching the end of our first seat of the girls' Super G.
This is Sophie Frank coming across the head wall from Brookfield East. Oh, I'm
Wood.
sorry, I got ahead of us, folks. I want this race to keep racing. Here comes Isabella Wood.
And Isabella will be our final racer in the first seat of the girls' Super G. Here she comes, bib 81, Isabella Wood. And Isabella's time is a 42.05. 42.05.
Now we'll lead off seed number 2. The first racer in seed 2, bib 91, a senior from Oconomowoc. This is Sierra Hayes.
And here we go. We're ready for our second seat of the girls' Super G. Our first racer is bib 91, Clara Hayes, a senior from Oconomowoc.
Clara will be followed by Maddie Vukovic, a senior from Muskego. Here comes Clara across the head wall and into this front pitch here. She's got a good line also.
Bib 91, Clara Hayes is making her way to the finish. And Clara's time is a 53.82. 53.82. Our next racer is bib 37.92 for Elsie.
Puts her in an unofficial 3rd position coming in out of that second seed. On course now from Shell Lake, she's a sophomore, Megan Dunleavy.
And in the start, we have bib number 1, Emily Bacalars, a sophomore from Aquinas, Onalaska, West Salem. That's Megan Dunleavy at the head wall. Bib 136, Megan Dunleavy to the finish. And Megan's time is a 40.55, 40.55.
Up next, one of our local racers from AOWS, a sophomore, Emily Baclar, is wearing bib number 1. And Emily's on course.
And approaching the head wall is
Across the head wall she comes, Shelby Erickson, in from Rice Lake.
in the start. We have bib 26, Hannah Ross from Franklin. She's in the start. Here comes Shelby Erickson to the finish. And Shelby's time is a 42.31, 42.31.
On course now from Franklin, we've got Hannah Ross. She's a junior.
And in the start, we have bib 33, Penelope Whiteside from Kettle Moraine. There's Hannah Ross at the head wall.
She's been here before at the state tournament. Here she comes towards the finish line, and Hannah Ross's time is 42.66, 42.66. On course now from Kettle Moraine, we've got Penelope Whiteside.
And in the start, well, bib 16, Peyton Bradford from Divine Savior Holy Angels. There's Penelope Whiteside clearing the head wall.
Some great racing here today, Amy. These girls are doing a great job. And let's keep an eye on Penelope as she crosses the finish.
And Natalie will be followed by 148, Sienna Sandor, a freshman from Ashwa Bay. Here comes Natalie Beck, approaching the last few gates here on this Super G course. And Natalie Beck finishes. And as she approaches the finish, and Isabella's time is a 38.85. 38.85. Our next racer, bib 135, Amelia Dowd. Racing as an individual, well, is Abigail Kruger. Here comes the sophomore from Madison Area Co-op, Abigail Kruger to the finish. Abigail's time, 42.01, 42.01. Our next racer is bib 24, Eloise Levisque, not sure. She's a junior from Franklin.
Eloise will be followed by Julia Hemauer from Wausau United. Here's Eloise on the front part of the course.
Here comes bib 24, Eloise Levisque.
Wisconsin River Co-op, Sophia Herstoff.
In the gate was bib 15, Joan Berry, a junior from Divine Savior Holy Angels. That's Sophia Hristov at the head wall.
And Sophia's time is 43.12. 43.12 for Sophia Herstoff. On course now, Joan Berry, a junior from Divine Savior Holy Angels.
Following Joan will be bib 92, Zoe Morgan, a freshman from Oconomowoc. Ooh, shoot. Joan Berry had a little trouble there and lost a ski. Bib number 15, Joan Berry, unfortunately, as it did not finish. And bib number 92, Zoe Morgan, is on course. At the head wall is bib 92, Zoe Morgan, a freshman from Oconomowoc. Our next racer will be number 9, Katie Curry, a sophomore from Arrowhead. She's in the start.
On course now from Arrowhead, Katie Curry is approaching the head wall.
In the start, we have bib 60, Skylar Verheyen, a freshman from Menominee Falls. Here comes Katie Curry from Arrowhead. Arrowhead's making some noise too. Katie Curry finishes with a 39.55. 39.55.
Up next, a freshman from Menominee Falls, Skylar Verheyen.
30, Megan Robertson.
And Megan's on course. Megan is the last skier in Seed 5. Moving into Seed 6 after a little course maintenance, and she's making her way onto the front of the course. Megan Robertson. And Megan's time, 42.17. 42.17 for Megan Robertson. That completes our 5th seed. We'll be moving to seed number 6 here in just a moment. Some quick course maintenance. Again, folks, if you see one of these course workers later, be sure you shake hands and thank them for all their hard work. Each and every one of these fence posts and every flag and sign that you see here at Mount La Crosse was professionally installed by a trained volunteer. So lots of hard work goes into this event, and we appreciate everybody that pitches in to make this happen. We counted one day about 150 to 200 volunteers to pull off this event, and couldn't do it without them. Skier in Seed 6 coming at us this way, freshman from Wisconsin River Co-op. This is Allie Grundall on course.
And following Allie will be one of our locals, Mary Catherine Clatworthy, a sophomore from the AOWS team. We're looking at Allie Grundall clear the head wall.
Leading off our 6th seed and getting some good racing going here already as we approach the end of this. And Allie's time is 41.24, 41.24.
On course is bib number 2, Mary Catherine Clatworthy from the Aquinas, Onalaska West Salem team.
And Mary Catherine will be followed by Ashlyn Schlavey from Oconomowoc.
And there's Mary Catherine at the head wall. And this is Mary Catherine's 2nd appearance at the state meet. A junior from Nicolay Shorewood. There's Allie Wink at the head wall. This is her 1st appearance as she is a freshman from Menominee Falls. Here comes Allie to the finish. Allie Wink's time is a 44.68, 44.68.
On course now is Megan Dufek from Nicolay Shorewood. Megan will be followed by a local racer, Ava Herlitsky. And Megan making her way down to the finish line here. Making some nice turns in this course. And Megan from Nicolay Shorewood crosses the line at 45.46 for Megan Dufek. On course now, a local racer, Ava Herlitsky. She's a junior.
Nope, looks like...
I'm sorry.
Yep, I think we have a did not start with Ava. We're on to 64, Christy Munson. And Christy is a senior. That's Tessa Hobbins at the head wall. Bib 108.
And Tessa's time is 45.46, 45.46.
Our next racer is bib 74, Audrey Severson. Audrey is a freshman from Aquanago.
Audrey will be followed by Isabel Marima from Muskego.
Here comes bib 74, Audrey Severson. Audrey Severson's time is a 45.81, 45.81.
On course from Muskego, a junior, Isabel Marima, bib number 76.
In the start is bib 46, Emma Ring, a junior from Madison Area Co-op. Approaching the head wall is Isabel Marima from Muskego. Muskego's making some noise for Isabel. And that's Rachel Iyer at the head wall. Lots of cowbell coming from the Franklin fans. There's Rachel Iyer finishing. Rachel's time is a 51.72.
Final racer is headed towards the finish line. She's Claire McKinney, a freshman from Madison West. And you know, Amy, there's always something tough about the first runner and the last runner. Everybody else has got an easy gift, but that first guy and the last guy, they've got some tough pressure.
That's right. And we're watching Claire McKinney at the head wall.
That is actually Ava Herlitsky at the head wall.
Okay, that's Ava Herlitsky at the head wall. We had her as a did not start, but she is bib 35, Ava Herlitsky. One of my all-time favorite students at Central High School, Ava Herlitsky, to the finish. And we'll get you Ava's time as soon as we have it. Now we have Claire McKinney on course. So we're looking at Claire McKinney, a freshman from Madison West, as our final racer for the Super G. Here comes Claire McKinney to the finish, and Claire's time is a 52.61. We have 3 DQs to announce from the girls Super G. We have bib 88 Ella Pringle. Bib 88 Ella Pringle is a DQ. Bib 91 Clara Hayes is a DQ. Bib 91 Clara Hayes. And bib number 80 Maddie Vukovic is a DQ. Bib number 80 Maddie Vukovic.
Attention racers, we have an announcement from the race office, and that is that any athlete that has placed in the top 6 in slalom or giant slalom does qualify for the all-state team and the Eastern High School Championships. You need to stop by the race office and check in with some officials there on the paperwork that you need to participate in those events. You may also want to look at a jacket ordering opportunity to designate you as a member of that team, and they can talk you through that in the race office. Well, our racers are completing some of their final inspections of the course here. We're getting things slowly put together for the next race. Coming up with the boys giant slalom here shortly. Just completing some inspection. About 140 racers, 143 racers are going to participate in the boys giant slalom here coming up shortly. Just completing some of the final course inspections. And company. The Dan Nagy Scholarship Fund, Seoul Alpine, Quick Trip, and Mathy also participate in some great sponsorships for us. Also like to thank Fowler and Hammer, our friends at Brennan Marine, John Moore and his team at Moore Smiles, Tim Johnson and the Insurance Center, the 6 hours at Badger Corrugating, Badger, the Hurlitskys from Potato King, our friends at Trust Point, also ExploreLacrosse.com, as well as our friends Once again, we're just getting the first of several forerunners in position to lead us off here today, and it looks like we do have our first forerunner on course. We're going to check out this boys GS course here with some forerunners, so we've got about 5 coming down. They've got a little steeper pitch here, a little tougher approach on that head wall, but we have our first forerunner coming into view now. And there's our first forerunner across the line, giving our athletes and our coaches a little look at this course from a skier's perspective. Forerunner number 2 on course. And this is our final forerunner here for this afternoon, leading us off on the boys giant slalom. We're going to get our first racer into position. That first racer is from our La Crosse area, La Crosse schools. He's a sophomore this year, wearing bib 192. We're going to send Stefan Kovacs out as our number 1 racer here this morning on the boys giant slalom. And here comes Stefan Kovacs in bib 192. Behind Stefan will be Owen Fenning, a freshman from Kettle Moraine.
And on course right now is Spencer Schillinger from West Bend. Spencer's time, I'll get it to you in just a second.
We've got AJ Gillespie on course. He's a senior from Rhinelander Northland Pines. I know those Rhinelander fans are here. More cowbell.
Kathy, what was the name?
And AJ's time, 35.75, 35.75. On course now in bib 294, a junior from UBLT, William Morgan crosses the finish line at 33.57, 33.57 for William Morgan. On course now, a senior from Middleton, bib 228, Griffin Ward.
He'll be followed by one of our local racers, 154, Cullen Sackman, a freshman from the AOWS team.
Matt's putting a nice run down here. Matt is a junior from Whitefish Bay, 3rd trip to the state championships. And Matt crosses the line at 37.49.
Our next racer is bib 154, Cullen Sackman. He'll be followed by 258, Leighton Jasperson from Slinger, Hartford.
Here's Cullen on the front part of the pitch here. Cullen's a freshman, but he skied down this road. Bergen's got some fans in from Ashwa Bay, our friends to the north. And here comes Bergen Brew across the finish line. His time, 36.49 for Bergen Brew.
Our next racer is bib 180, James King from Cedarburg. He'll be followed by 241, Hudson Croining from Oconomowoc. There's James King making his way through this last part of the GS course. And James King finishes with a time of 36.99, 36.99.
On course now, a junior from Oconomowoc, Hudson Kranig. He's wearing bib 241. Hudson's making a nice run down this front side of this pitch here. Conditions are changing just a little bit with each skier as they come through. But Hudson crosses the finish line at 30.
Tommy 214 DNF 606 is on course.
And Josh Hansen is making his way through these last few gates.
Josh will be followed by Logan Siebert from Waukesha. Josh crosses the finish line at 34.09, 34.09.
Now on course is bib 303, Logan Siebert, a senior from Waukesha.
And Logan will be followed by Arson Chrysler from Rice Lake.
By one of our individual racers, 608, Chase Raven, a junior from Hudson.
Here's Noah Bindus. He's got a hard charging line coming down this front pitch. He looks like he's putting down a pretty nice run, Amy. And he crosses at 31.83, pops him into the first spot here today.
Yeah, I remember Noah's name from last year, too. He's a good racer. And next up is Chase Raven, one of our individual racers from Hudson. Oh, Chase has a little fall there. Unfortunately, 608 Chase Raven is going to be a did not finish. So 608 is a did not finish.
Next up from Arrowhead, a senior. He's wearing bib 158. This is Alex Dubell. As soon as we
Our next racer is bib 611, Alex Weiss from Edgewood.
Alex Weiss will be followed by Trip Hillier, a freshman from Badger. Alex also is knocking down a good run. Little slip there, but he gets him right back up on edge. A little wide, but he straightens it right back out and across the finish line for Alex Weiss at 34.9, 34.9.
Our next racer is 174, Trip Hillier, a freshman from Badger. And Trip is at the... And there's Will at the head wall.
We've seen some good racing here in this first seed, and Will is doing more of the same as he gets a little bit wobbled on that last gate.
He recovered, though, and he's going to get a finish for his team. Or he's an individual racer. But Will's time is a 37.02, 37.02. That's the end of our first seed of the boys' giant slalom. We have a course crew coming through to clean up the course for our second seed. And remember, top 6 finishers should go into the chalet, and you can get information about the all-state trip. And they have some jackets in there you can take a look at as well. So top 6 finishers should check it out and get the information needed in the boardroom in the chalet. Another quick announcement, we do have state clothing, state apparel in the boardroom for sale, so check it out. We've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats. We've got travel mugs, so check it out. All the money goes back into the state meet, so if you're looking for a souvenir, go into the chalet and into the boardroom for something that you want to take home with you.
Bib number 224, Zach Ostring, is going to lead us off for Seed 2. He's a senior from Middleton, and he is on course.
He has to do a little bit of hiking there.
Little oops for TJ, but he comes back around the gate, keeps everything moving in a forward direction.
Here comes TJ Sundelski, a freshman. His time is a 45.30, 45.30. We have another freshman coming up, one of our local racers, Patty Gunderson, bib 152. Here's Patty.
Patty will be followed by Andrew Nelson from Rice Lake, but let's keep our eyes on a local racer, a freshman here, just coming into his first high school ski meet. Patty Gunderson doing a nice job coming down this home course, and he crosses the finish line at 33.66.
Our next racer is 252, Andrew Nelson, a senior from Rice Lake. And in the start will be 207, Jack Steiner, a junior from Marquette.
Andrew Nelson gets into sight here for us down on the bottom portion of this course. Still very sun-drenched. It is on course now is John Egan. John's a sophomore from Whitefish Bay.
In the start, 210, Callum Donovan, a sophomore from Madison West.
Looks like John had just a little trouble there. He spun out on his hip. He's okay. But John, unfortunately, will be a DNF. On course now, bib 210. He's a sophomore from Madison West, Callum Donovan.
And in the start is 220, Austin McIntyre, a senior from Menominee Falls. Here comes Callum Donovan with a time of 34.11, 34.11. On course now is Austin McIntyre. And in the start is 601, Aiden Sison from West Bend. And we're watching Austin McIntyre, senior from Menominee Falls, on course.
Austin will be followed by Aiden Sison.
The last few gates here, he's a senior from Oconomowoc. Ethan's time is 35.98, 35.98.
On course next from Slinger Hartford. He's a senior this year. Let's welcome Tanner Rozek.
And in the start, we have bib 190. We have Benedict Altoff, a freshman from the lacrosse schools. At the head wall is Tanner Rozek, a senior from Slinger Hartford.
This team Slinger is always strong. Tanner heads to the finish line and turns in a time of 36.53. 36.53 for Tanner Rozek. On course now, Benedict Altoff from La Crosse. He's a freshman.
And in the start, we have 169, Charlie Robolewski, a junior from Ashwa Bay.
I love to see these freshman kids coming up and skiing strong. He came across that head wall with total conviction and commitment.
And here he is, Benedict Altoff, finishing with a nice time of 33.81, 33.81.
Up next from Ashwa Bay, he's a junior this year, Charlie Robelski.
And we're watching Jonathan Mercier, a senior from Waukesha, make his way through the course. Here he comes, Jonathan Mercier, bib 301. And Jonathan's time is a 34.91, 34.91. On course is 235, Joseph Tarkowski, a senior from Muskego.
Joseph will be followed by Tucker Sturm.
And we're watching Hayden Price on course. Here comes Hayden to the finish with a 35.71, 35.71.
On course now and across the head wall from Waukesha Catholic Memorial, we're watching Bodie Stevens. He's a junior this year.
And in the start is bib 170, Jack Clark from Badger. Here comes Bodie Stevens to the finish. And Bodie's time is at 34.08, 34.08.
On course now from Badger, Jack Clark. Jack's a sophomore this year.
And wrapping up seed number 2 will be 186, Cole Thompson, a sophomore from Kettle Moraine.
We're watching Jack Clark from Badger making his way down the last portion of this course. And Jack comes across the line at 34.22, 34.22 for Jack Clark. On course now from Kettle Moraine, Cole Thompson.
234, Logan Spadanuda, a junior from Muskego.
James is making his way down this course.
Bib 211, James Firkin finishes with a time of 34:32, 34.32. On course is 234, Logan Spadanuda, a junior from Muskego, and that's Logan at the head wall. We're watching Logan Spadanuda, junior from Muskego, make his way to the finish. And Logan's time is a 32.63. 32.63. That puts it in an unofficial 8th place. Nice run by Logan.
Logan's going to be followed by Ben Newbell from Rice Lake. He's a junior. He's on course.
And in the start, it would be 187, Michael Warizon, junior from Kettle Moraine.
We're watching Ben Newbell come across the head wall. The fans from Rice Lake are rigging those cowbells.
Lars Gunnarsson finishes with a 34.38. 34.38.
On course now from Oconomowoc, Howard Hayes.
And in the start is 182, Jack Stevens, a senior from Cedarburg. That's Howard Hayes having a little trouble.
Howard had a little skid out, lost a ski, and will be a DNF for bib 239, Howard Hayes. As soon as the course is clear, we'll be running Jack Stevens, a senior from Cedarburg.
And on course, we think it's Jack Stevens, bib 182, having a little bit of trouble. We had Howard Hayes as it did not finish. Jude will be bib 319, Marcus Bridus, a junior from West Bend. Here comes Jude Kunkel, a junior from Middleton. And he approaches the final gates here. Jude Kunkel finishes with a 33.25. 33.25.
On course now is Marcus Bridus, a junior from West Bend, bib 319.
And in the start is 609, Drew Schaefer, a junior from Verona.
We're watching Marcus Bridus approach the head wall here and onto the front pitch of this course. Marcus, a junior this year. And Marcus crosses the finish line with a time of 38.03 for Marcus Bridus.
Now on course, 609, Drew Schaefer from Verona, and he'll be followed by 219, Cole Clade, a senior from Menominee Falls. And that's Drew.
The race will be a DNF today. And following race will be Simon Bartos, a freshman from Marquette.
And he'll be followed by one of our local racers, bib 193, Eric Moore from La Crosse Area Schools.
On course is Simon Bartos, bib 203. He's a freshman from Marquette.
And in the start is 193, Eric Moore, a junior from La Crosse Area Schools. Here comes Simon Bartos from Marquette to the finish.
Simon's doing a good job representing those freshmen, and Simon comes across the line unofficially in 13th position at 33.05.
On course is 193, Eric Moore, a junior from the La Crosse Area Schools. He'll be followed by 297, Connor Boyle, a freshman from Waukesha.
We're seeing Eric Moore out here on his home course. Eric, a junior this year. And Eric turns in a time of 34.38 for Eric Moore On course now, Connor Boyle, a sophomore from Waukesha.
And in the start, we have Jacob Zeiser, a senior from UBLT. At the head wall is Connor Boyle.
Gutski from Arrowhead.
There's Lars making his way through the course here. A junior from Badger. Here he comes, Lars Madsen to the finish. Lars's time is a 33.46. 33.46.
Next up and on course is a senior from Arrowhead, Ryan Gutski.
And he'll be followed by 311 Adam Bouch, a junior from Wausau United. And the Arrowhead fans come alive again for Ryan Gutski, senior from Arrowhead.
We could change that to a German pronunciation of Gutski, and he'd be a good skier.
Oh, good one,
But
Rich.
here comes Ryan Gutski across the finish line at 32.8. Unofficially pops him into 9th position. A great run from Ryan. And last in seed number 3, a junior from Wausau United, Adam Bouch.
At the head wall is bib 311 Adam Bouch, a junior from Wausau United. Eight, 38.38. Our next racer is bib 213 Magnus Oistad, a freshman from Madison West. And unfortunately, looks like Magnus is having a little trouble at the top. Bib number 213. Unfortunately, Magnus Oistad did not finish. Our next racer is bib 188 Wesley Whiteside. And he'll be followed by 317 Carter Wolf from Wausau United. And here he comes over the head wall, bib 188, Wesley Whiteside, a freshman from Kettle Moraine. And here comes, I'm hearing the cowbells from Kettle Moraine. This is Wesley Whiteside approaching the finish. And Wesley's time is a 36.41, 36.41.
Making some nice course adjustments as he comes down this course. And Jonas crosses at 36.53. 36.53 for Jonas Siebert. On course now from West Bend, he's a senior, Andrew Bolick.
And in the start, well, 167, Finn Rasmussen, a junior from Ashwa Bay.
We're watching Andrew Bolick out front. Andrew's a senior from West Bend. And Andrew crosses the finish line at 33.98. 33.98 for Andrew Bolick.
On course is 167, Finn Rasmussen from Ashwa Bay.
Finn will be followed by a senior from Oconomowoc, Owen Caulfield.
And Finn Rasmussen is clearing the head wall. Here comes 167, Finn Rasmussen from Asheville Bay to the finish. And Finn finishes with a 40.97, 40.97.
On course from Oconomowoc, Owen Caulfield, wearing bib number 240. He's a senior this year.
And in the start will be 175, Jimmy Kirsch. In the start, we have 175, Jimmy Kirschlager from Badger.
Here comes Owen from Oconomowoc, and he crosses the finish line at 39.92 for Owen Caulfield. On course now, Jimmy Kirschlager, a freshman from Badger. Jimmy will be followed by Michael Seshawn from Slinger Hartford.
I don't know. Another freshman. He's from Rhinelander Northland Pines. Here's our freshman Haken Heglin on course.
And Haken had a little trouble there on that head wall.
So unfortunately, we have another DNF, 196 Haken Heglin, as it did not finish. Our next racer is 247, Brody Kowalski from Rhinelander Northland Pines.
And Brody's on course. Brody will be followed by Nathan Shaw, a senior from Middleton. Brody just starting off his high school state championship career here as a freshman. Skiing for Rhinelander Northland Pines. They do have some loud fans. Let's see what you guys got. Brody's grabbing a nice line here. He's committed to the mission. Let's bring Brody across the finish line with a time of 38.12. 38.12. Up next from Middleton, he's a senior, Nathan Shaw.
And in the start, we'll have bib number 189. And coming toward the finish is Zach Adams, a freshman from the lacrosse school. Zach has a nice run of 38.41, 38.41 for Zach.
On course now from Marquette. He's a junior this year. We've got Ronan Sullivan. Ronan hit that head wall like he wanted it. Got a little wide there, but he's doing fine. Got it back together and coming down this pitch.
In the start, we have bib 218, Ben Diaz, a senior from Menominee Falls.
Here comes Ronan Sullivan charging for the finish line, and Ronan turns in a time of 36.83. 36.83 for Ronan.
On course is 218, Ben Diaz. And in the start will be 293, Quinn Kaiser from UBLT. Here we're watching Ben Diaz, a senior from Menominee Falls. Here he comes, Ben Diaz to the finish. His time is a 35.82, 35.82.
On course.
Yeah. And Noah Clevin is approaching the finish area. And Noah's time is a 35.32, 35.32. Now on course is 310, Jackson Whipplefirth. And he is a sophomore from Wanakee. So Jackson just cleared the head wall. And Jackson will be our final racer in the 4th seed of the Boys GS.
Jackson Whipplefirth out in front of us here, approaching the finish line. Again, Jackson's a sophomore this year. And Jackson comes across the finish line with a time of 41.57, 41.57. That completes our 4th seed. We'll have our course workers fix this course just a little bit. We'll be leading off with seed number 5 in just a few minutes.
And please remember, fans, to make room for the course worker.
At one of 31 ski areas from throughout the state. And a little factoid, Wisconsin is the 3rd state with the highest number of ski areas, believe it or not. So lots of opportunities for these kids to ski and train and practice and take on what hopefully will become a lifelong sport for them.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have Mount La Crosse here. It's a beautiful area. and provides a really nice place for our skiers and snowboarders. And we're back. We are underway in our 5th seed. We have bib 320, Mason Dorn, a freshman from West Bend, at the head wall right now.
Mason's going to be followed by Jack Justice from Arrowhead.
And Mason having a little bit of trouble, but he's back on course right now. Our next racer is 160, Jack Justice, a senior from Arrowhead. He's in the start. Here comes Mason Dorn to the finish. Mason's time is a 48.35, 48.35. At the head wall, where we're looking at Jack Justice, a senior from Arrowhead, having some trouble there.
Well, I think it was inevitable, Amy, that we would see a little bit of a condition change here in this course, and that seems to be happening as the weather has warmed just a little bit, but these skiers are doing a great job. Yanko will be followed by Woody Tischer, a freshman from Wausau United. Making sure our course is clear and ready for our next racer. Nathan Bailey out in front of us right now. From the Madison Area Co-op, and Nathan turns in a time of 34.16, 34.16.
Next up, we have bib 244, Brandon Bacon, a junior from Rhinelander, Northland Pines.
Brandon will be followed by Owen Winkleman from Middleton. Got Brandon Bacon on the front part of the course here, making his way down the steepest portion of the course. Don't underestimate the amount of speed they carry coming into this steepest pitch here, though. They do gain some speed on that top section. Brandon Bacon crosses the line at 37.23.
Now on course, we have bib 229, Owen Winkleman, a freshman from Middleton. And in the start, we have 217, Will Casio, a sophomore from Menominee Falls. Here comes Owen Winkleman. And Owen's time is a 37.04, 37.04 for Owen Winkleman. On course is 217, Will Casio from Menominee Falls.
Will's going to be followed by Jacob Hine. But we've got Will out front now from Menominee Falls. We've got Hackon on course. Little transition from the dark into the light. Hackon continuing to charge here for that finish line. You can't give up, and Hackon comes through the course at 40.66, 40.66 for Hackon Anderson. On course now, Brian Tometz, a junior from Kettle Moraine.
And we are about halfway through our 5th seed, or a little bit over half. 5th seed of the boys GS. Here comes Brian Tometz to the finish. And Brian's time is a 40.36, 40.36.
Next up, a sophomore from Marquette.
All right, Joe Kugler had a little slip, but he is back on course after a little bit of a hike. Wants to get that finish as a senior from Madison West.
After Joe, we'll have Hunter Collins from Oconomowoc, but Joe is approaching the finish line with a time of 1 minute, 0.87, 1.00.87. Next up is Hunter Collins. Hunter wearing bib 237, and he's a junior from Oconomowoc.
In the start, we have bib 307, Andrew Meintjes, a sophomore from Waunakee.
We're watching Hunter Collins approach the finish line. Hunter from Oconomowoc turns in a time of 41.02. 41.02. On course now, a sophomore from Wanakee, Andrew Meintjes.
And in the start is 295, Andrew Primo, a junior from UBLT.
Andrew had a little skid out there, but he looks like he stood it right back up fairly quickly and got underway.
Here comes 307, Andrew Meintjes, sophomore from Wanakee.
Nathan putting down a run and turning in a time of 39.38. 39.38 on course now from Slinger Hartford. We've got Caleb Montano.
And Caleb will be followed by one of our local racers, bib 156, Nathan Windheiser, a sophomore from the Aquinas on Alaska West Salem team.
Looks like Caleb had a little skid out there, but he's back underway.
And we're watching bib 260, Caleb Montano, as he approaches the finish. And Caleb's time is a 41.23, 41.23.
And rounding out seed number 5, our last racer in this seed, a sophomore from Aquinas on Alaska West Salem, Nathan Windheiser.
Unfortunately, Nathan had trouble at the head wall there and lost a ski. So, unfortunately, 156, Nathan Windheiser, as it did not finish.
We'll take a short pause here while our course crew makes this run ready for seed number 6.
And we're ready to begin the final seed of the boys GS. Our first racer is bib 209, Alex Brines, a freshman from Madison West.
We're watching Lucas Bishop, a sophomore from Rhinelander, and Lucas crosses the finish line with a time of 40.77. 40.77. Up next, a sophomore from Oconomowoc. Let's welcome Evan Perry.
In the start, we have 299, Noah Koulis, a senior from Waukesha. And we're looking at Evan Perry, a sophomore from Oconomowoc, as he finishes. And Evan's time is a 41.63. 41.63 for Evan Perry.
Up next, a senior from Waukesha. We've got Noah Koulis on the course.
And in the start, we have bib number 161, Ryan Patterson, a junior from Arrowhead.
Noah in from Waukesha. Turning in a team time for Waukesha, and Noah crosses at 41.71 for Noah Koulis. On course now, a junior from Arrowhead, Ryan Patterson.
Unfortunately, 161, Ryan Patterson had a little trouble. And Ryan is back.
View here as he comes across the head wall.
In the start, we have bib 251, Jack Grundon, a freshman from Rice Lake. And here comes Grant Russell, a freshman from Wausau United, as he approaches the finish. And Grant's time is a 41.25, 41.25. We have 143 racers, male racers today, 143.
The largest high school ski tournament in the nation. We're watching Alex Zimmer, a senior from West Bend, make his way down the course. Alex is hitting this thing pretty hard.
In the start is 197, Tobias Lee, a senior from Madison Area Co-op.
Here comes Alex across the finish line. Alex turns in a time of 36.29. 36.29 on course now. is Tobias Lee. He's a senior from Madison Area Co-op.
And in the start, we have bib 172, Liam Heckert, a senior from Badger.
Tobias looks like he's on a mission here, getting low at each of those turns, keeping his skis on edge. His final GS run of his high school career, and Tobias turns in a time of 35.05. On course now, Liam Heckert, a senior from Badger.
And in the start is 292, Cameron Kaiser, a junior from UBLT. And at the head wall, we have Liam Heckert. We have 172 having some issues at the top there.
Line here late in the day and coming out of the 6th seed.
In the gate is 304, Riker Cardenas, a sophomore from Wanakee. Here comes Cameron Kaiser to the finish, and Cameron's time is a 42.23, 42.23. We have a substitution for our next racer.
This is Riker Lucas will be followed by Alex Seaborg from Middleton. Here comes Lucas Von Weiss across the finish line, 1 minute 9.24 for Lucas Von Weiss. Alex Seaborg on course now, a senior from Middleton. Just a few more racers in our boys race here today, finishing out the afternoon and Dylan is the last of over 140 boys racers here in this GS event to come through the course. From Kettle Moraine, Dylan turns in a time of 38.48, 38.48.
And again, just a reminder that the top 6 finishers in each race can qualify for All-State, so you should go check out the All-State materials in the chalet, in the boardroom, pick up materials for top 6. And also there's apparel available for sale in the boardroom as well. And so that wraps up our GS for today. And we're going to continue with racing. We'll have girls slalom, and we'll let you know what time the inspection will be when we know.
What do a 20-ounce Coca-Cola and a Quick Trip take-home meal have in common? Besides that they're both delicious. They earn you chances to win a brand new Chevy Tahoe in our Coca-Cola Scratch Game. They play the Scratch Game in your Quick Rewards app, and you can win a Chevy Tahoe or other great prizes. Play for free daily in your Quick Rewards app, or purchase any Quick Trip take-home meal, 20-ounce Coca-Cola, or Smart Water to receive even more chances to play and win. Play the Coca-Cola Scratch Game today, and you can eat, drink, and scratch your way behind the wheel of a new Chevy Tahoe.
And Bath Store today. Does your home require a window AC unit to cool spaces during spring and summer? Are you reluctant to start up your home's boiler system in those spring and fall transitional months? Mitsubishi Electric's revolutionary heat pump systems can provide energy-efficient heating and cooling for continuous year-round comfort. Perfect for homes with existing boiler-based central heating systems. Starting a boiler system for the first time, engineers have developed Hyperheating H2i. Hyperheating H2i uses our enhanced compressor technology to continue extracting heat energy even when the true outdoor temperatures reach below zero. Each system features true air filtration with whisper-quiet operation to improve the air quality of your home, while our no ductwork installation allows you to retain the use of all the windows in your home year-round. For close to 100 years, Mitsubishi Electric has built a global reputation on quality and reliability. Our innovations continue to make cooling and heating more efficient, comfortable, and healthy. For more information on our next-generation heat pump systems, please visit us online at MitsubishiComfort.com. Mitsubishi Electric. Make yourself comfortable. Does your home require a window AC unit to cool spaces during spring and summer? Are you reluctant to start up your home's boiler system in those spring and fall transitional months? Mitsubishi Electric's revolutionary heat pump systems can provide energy-efficient heating and cooling for continuous year-round comfort. Perfect for homes with existing boiler-based central heating systems. Starting a boiler system for the first time in a season requires a lot of energy and time to build heat within the home. The warm days and cold nights of the spring and fall transitional months can spell problems for homeowners, as it's not continuously cold enough to turn on the boiler, leaving homes uncomfortable. When operating, boiler systems burn a fuel, often wood, gas, or oil, to heat water within a closed-loop circulation system. Once the water is heated, an electric pump circulates the hot water to radiators in parts of the home. Boilers work most efficiently when they are continuously heating and moving the hot water throughout the house. Mitsubishi Electric's heat pump technology and our zoned comfort solutions are true. For more information on our next-generation heat pump systems, please visit us online at MitsubishiComfort.com. Mitsubishi Electric. Make yourself comfortable.
Hi. Let's do this.
Visit your Kohler Signature store today.
Play the Coca-Cola Scratch game today, and you can eat, drink, and scratch your way behind the wheel of a new Chevy Tahoe.
Hi. I don't know where to start.
Oh yeah, we can help.
Visit your Gerhardt's Kitchen and Bath store today.
fall transitional months can spell problems for homeowners, as it's not continuously cold enough to turn on the boiler, leaving homes uncomfortable. When operating, boiler systems burn a fuel, often wood, gas, or oil, to heat water within a closed-loop circulation system. Once the water is heated, an electric pump circulates the hot water to radiators in parts of the home. Boilers work most efficiently when they are continuously heating and moving the hot water throughout the house. Mitsubishi Electric's heat pump technology and our zoned comfort solutions are true dual heating solutions that save energy and can reduce the load requirement of your existing boiler system, adding years of service life before replacement is needed. Our ultra-efficient heat pump systems consist of an indoor air handling unit and an outdoor condensing unit. Together, they work to efficiently transfer the desired cooling energy in the spring and summer, or heating energy in the fall and winter, without burning fossil fuels. For those requiring high-performance heating in even colder temperatures, our expert engineers have developed Hyperheating H2i. Hyperheating H2i uses our enhanced compressor technology to continue extracting heat energy even when the true outdoor temperatures reach below zero. Each system features true air filtration with whisper-quiet operation to improve the air quality of your home, while our no ductwork installation allows you to retain the use of all the windows in your home year-round. For close to 100 years, Mitsubishi Electric has built a global reputation on quality and reliability. Our innovations can
Visit your Kohler signature store today.
What do a 20-ounce Coca-Cola and a Quick Trip take-home meal have in common? Besides that they're both delicious, they earn you chances to win a brand new Chevy Tahoe in our Coca-Cola Scratch Game. Hey, play the Scratch Game in your Quick Rewards app, and you could win a Chevy Tahoe or other great prizes. Play for free daily in your Quick Rewards app, or purchase any Quick Trip take-home meal, 20-ounce Coca-Cola, or Smart Water to receive even more chances to play and win. Play the Coca-Cola Scratch Game today, and you can eat, drink, and scratch your way behind the wheel of a new Chevy Tahoe.
Hey.
Does your home require a window AC unit to cool spaces during spring and summer? Are you reluctant to start up your home's boiler system in those spring and fall transitional months? Mitsubishi Electric's revolutionary heat pump systems can advanced compressor technology to continue. Each system features true air filtration with whisper-quiet operation to improve the air quality of your home, while our no ductwork installation allows you to retain the use of all the windows in your home year-round. For close to 100 years, Mitsubishi
What do a 20-ounce Coca-Cola and a Quick Trip take-home meal have in common? Besides that they're both delicious, they earn you chances to win a brand new Chevy Tahoe in our Coca-Cola Scratch Game. They play the Scratch Game in your Quick Rewards app, and you can win a Chevy Tahoe or other great prizes. Play for free daily in your Quick Rewards app, or purchase any Quick Trip take-home meal, 20-ounce Coca-Cola, or Smart Water to receive even more chances to play and win. Play the Coca-Cola Scratch Game today, and you can eat, drink, and scratch your way behind the wheel of a new Chevy Tahoe.
Revolutionary heat pump systems can provide energy-efficient heating and cooling for continuous year-round comfort. Perfect for homes with existing boiler-based central heating systems. Starting a boiler system for the first time in a season requires a lot of energy and time to build heat within the home. The warm days and cold nights of the spring and fall transitional months can spell problems for homeowners, as it's not continuously cold enough to turn on the boiler, leaving homes uncomfortable.
Hi. Let's do this.
Visit your Kohler Signature store today.
I'd like to take a moment and thank each of our conference directors around the Wisconsin Interscholastic Alpine Racing Association. Rod Olson represents us in the Northern District for ski. Leo Dunleavy is our Northern rep on the board for snowboard. I'd like to thank Bob Butler from the Southern area. He takes snowboard and ski, as well as John Seitman has the Milwaukee area for produce this meet without PT timing, interstate sound, and the support of the La Crosse County Convention and Visitors Bureau. You know we are live streaming here today on the internet. The team director for the Wisconsin All-State Ski and Snowboard team is Rod Olson, and the coaches are Sam Grody and George Lumens. I'd like to put a shout out to the Mount La Crosse Ski Patrol for providing medical backup for this event. The men and women of that organization work hard throughout the weekend as well. Running our timing booth in the log house is Leo Dunleavy and Ed Overholt. Taking care of the data processing and scoring is PT Timing. Our referees are Rod Olson and Tom Grosskopf. Sitting diligently at the finish throughout the day is Mark Hyde as our finish referee. And our chief gate judges today are Scott Finch and Dan Adams. Lots of La Crosse folks there, but lots of folks from throughout the state who volunteer and help produce this wonderful event, the 2022 For those of you knowledgeable in ski racing, we have put some salt on this course to help prevent it from eroding, and so we're just letting that set up just a little bit, doing some final slipping and final preparations here, getting our first seed racers up to the top of our racers some good surface for tomorrow. Well, we're getting closer and closer here, folks, to start our girls slalom race, and this truly will be an interesting race here today. I'm here with Amy, and you know, this race is really about mental toughness. Things are going to happen very fast for these kids today. The data collection and info processing that they have to do, it really is all about angulation and edge control on this steep pitch. I heard Ted Ligety talking on the Olympics, and he talked about feeling the different snow conditions is kind of like putting butter on toast. You know, sometimes your butter is a little firm and your toast is a little soft, or vice versa, and you have to have some real technique with that knife. And that's much like these racers are going to have to deal with today in assessing what this snow is going to do for them and picking that fastest line down the hill. So that whole transfer of information happens very quickly in slalom.
Yeah, I'm better with toast than ski racing, so but I appreciate what they do. It's amazing to make this adjustment with the temperature changes, and the course crew has done a great job though of making this a really good course. So we're almost ready to get started.
And this is a lengthy slalom course here for these gals, as they have to also negotiate that top head wall as they approach. Again, lots of quick turns here, changing edge direction back and forth very rapidly in the slalom event. All about having that strong edge control and angulation on those skis while keeping a straight line towards the bottom. Trying to eliminate that distance from top to bottom by going as straight to the finish line as you possibly can. Our first forerunner making easy work of this last flush, and across the finish line she goes.
And our second forerunner is now on course.
Forerunner number 5 had just a little oops up there. She's looks like she might be back on course here. Going to finish it out. We'll see what happens.
Our next racer is bib 99, Natalie Nolan, a sophomore from Rice Lake. And here she's coming into view here. In the start, we have bib 57, Lauren Kesson, a senior from Menominee Falls.
We're watching Natalie Nolan out front, bib number 99, competing for Rice Lake. Pushing her way through this last flush. And across the finish line is Natalie Nolan with a time of 53.52. On course now, bib number 57, a senior from Menominee Falls, Lauren Kesson.
And in the start, we have bib number 12, Ellie Seepman, a junior from Arrowhead. And we're watching Lauren Kesson do a nice job on this slalom course. Finishes. Lauren Kesson's time was a 44.95, 44.95. Here comes Ellie Seepman from Arrowhead. And Ellie's time, we'll have to get that for you in just a second. Our next racer is Cameron Worth, and she is on course. Nope, Cameron already finished, apparently.
We're watching Sydney Urban, a senior from Whitefish Bay, approach the course in bib 126.
So unofficially, Cameron Worth's time was a 52.44, 52.44 for Cameron Worth. Here we're watching Sydney Urban, a senior from Whitefish Bay. And Sydney's time is a 55.36, is a 50.01, 50.01.
On course, a senior from Wanakee, Ava Ludwig, is just moving her way towards the head wall. Here comes Ava.
In the start, we have bib 44, Emma Kinnaman, a senior from the Madison Area Co-op. We're watching Ava Ludwig on course.
Ava doing a nice job in this last flush as well. She knows where she's going, and that's towards the finish line. Ava Ludwig crosses at 47.64, unofficially puts her in the third position.
And on course is bib 44, Emma Kinnaman, a senior from the Madison Area Co-op. She'll be followed by bib 49, Brenna Butler, a junior from Madison West.
We're watching Emma Kinnaman on the course, competing in her last slalom race as a senior. Annika will be followed by Harper Navin, a senior from Franklin, skiing as an individual. Team.
I think actually 25 is a did not start. Harper Navin is a did not start. That was Annika Nye finishing with a 50.49, 50.49 for Annika. We have a did not start with Harper Navin. And our next racer is 137, Sophie Frank, a senior from Brookfield East.
Sophie approaching the head wall here from the top portion of Thunderation up over the hoop in this slalom run, keeping some momentum.
And we're about halfway through our first seat of the girls' slalom. Our next racer will be bib 71, Monroe Melgus, a senior from McWanago.
We've got our eyes on Sophie Frank as she approaches the finish line here through this last flush. And Sophie crosses at 56.78. 56.78 for Sophie Frank.
On course is bib 71, Monroe Melgus. And in the gate, 149, Shay Sidner from Wauwatosa. Here comes Monroe. On course is Kate Nan, a senior from Divine Savior Holy Angels. And that was Kate Nan finishing. Her time was a 46.54, 46.54. Now on course, bib 134, Davina Anderson, a senior from Ashwa Bay.
Davina is going to be followed by Megan Hutchins from West Bend.
And that's Davina Anderson on the head wall.
These Ashwa Bay fans are coming alive now for Davina. Let's make a little noise. Skiing a nice smooth run, absorbing those obstacles, and across the line, Davina comes in at 46.87, unofficially in 5th position.
Now on course is bib 116, Megan Hutchins, a senior from West Bend. And she just cleared the head wall. In the start gate, we have bib 140, Kate Herring, a senior from Homestead. We're watching Megan. Following Mia will be bib 32, Monica Waraz. I can't say this name. Wurzin, a freshman from Kettle Moraine. So we've got 2 freshmen in a row here. This is Mia Dar.
Mia's putting a nice run together as she heads towards the finish line and closes out at 50.57. 50.57. On course now, Monica Warzin from Kettle Moraine.
And in the start, we'll have bib 82, Emma Bailey, a junior from Nicolay Shorewood.
Monica had a little skid out there. Let's see what happens.
And bib 32, Monica Warzin on course. In the start, bib 82, Emma Bailey.
Monica had a little oops up there, but she turned things back around and climbed on up in a 1.08. Making some nice consistent turns here as Isabella approaches this final flush. And crosses the finish line with a time of 53.58. 53.58. Next on course, a junior from Oconomowoc, Maria Schwabe.
And in the start, we have Lauren Tobin, bib number 39. She's a sophomore in the lacrosse schools. She'll be followed by 141, Grace Hurley from Wausau. And this is Maria Schwabe on course.
Maria skiing very aggressively, moving towards that line, and Maria comes in at 48.03. 48.03 for Maria Schwabe. On course now from lacrosse, a sophomore, Lauren Tobin.
And there's Lauren, bib 39 at the head wall. In the gate, we have 141, Grace Hurley, a freshman from Wausau. She'll be our last racer in our first seed of the girls' slalom. At the end of this race, we're going to need some help taking good care of these courses for tomorrow. So we're going to need all ski racers, anybody who can help out, fans, friends, family, help us out and go to the top of Thunderation and White House at the conclusion of this race and help slip the course so that it can be in good shape for tomorrow. So if you can help us out, that'd be greatly appreciated. And again, thank you to all of our volunteers who are helping run the state meet this weekend and into tomorrow. We really appreciate all of your help. Our first racer will be bib number 16, Peyton Bradford, a sophomore from Divine Savior Holy Angels. And Peyton Bradford is now on course. In the start, we have bib 117, Olivia Hutchins, a freshman from West Bend. And just coming into view, we have Peyton Bradford, a sophomore from DSHA on this slalom course. In the start, bib 117, Olivia Hutchins from West Bend. Here she comes, Peyton Bradford to the finish. Peyton's time is a 43.61, 43.61.
On course now, a freshman from West Bend, Olivia Hutchins, in bib 117. Has a little tip over there as she comes across the head wall.
In the start, we have bib 131, Sam Hurling.
Looks like CC Gerard might have had a little slip out there in the same spot.
We just got the word that bib 51, CC Gerard, is a DNF. CC Gerard, unfortunately, is a DNF.
In the gate next will be Ella Pringle, a junior from Nicolay Shorewood. And
sorry, Rich. Just out of the start, bib 88, Ella Pringle, a junior from Nicolay Shorewood, is now on course. She'll be followed by 136, Megan Dunleavy, a sophomore from Shell Lake.
Bib number 88, Ella Pringle, is a DNF. Unfortunately, she had a little tip over there and lost a ski. So Ella Pringle is a DNF, bib 88. Soon to be on course, bib 136, Megan Dunleavy from Shell Lake, skiing as an individual.
And in the start, we'll have one of our local racers, bib number 40, Elizabeth Tucker, a freshman from the lacrosse school. From Verona. And we're looking at Elizabeth Tucker on course right now. And Elizabeth Tucker is hiking, and following her is Rita Vavilov on course. And we have an overtake right now. This is Rita Vavilov from Middleton approaching the finish. And approaching the last gates here, we have bib 139, Zoe Geronimi, a senior from Verona. And Zoe finishes with a time of 55.57, 55.57.
On course now, Charlotte Matson, a sophomore from Badger, and she has a little slip out as well. She's going to climb back up and around that red gate and keep things moving.
And we've got the cowbells ringing here for Charlotte Matson, a sophomore from Badger. In the start, we have 135, Amelia Dowd, a sophomore from GET.
Amelia will be followed by Hannah Ross from Franklin. But right now we're watching Charlotte Matson approach the course, all in pink, and she comes across at 56.35. 56.35.
On course is bib 135, Amelia Dowd, racing as an individual from GET.
The old saying, steady as she goes. She's doing a great job here in the bottom part of this pitch.
And that's a great song, too.
And across the line for Hannah Ross in a time of 56.98. 56.98 for Hannah Ross. On course now, a senior from Wausau United. Let's welcome Izzy Wolf.
And there's Izzy at the head wall. She'll be followed by bib 70, Elsie Mikak, a junior from Mukwonago. And we're watching Izzy Wolf finish, and her time is at 51.94, 51.94. Now on course is bib 70, Elsie Mikak, a junior from Mukwonago. We're about halfway through our second seed of the girls slalom.
Elsie's going to be followed by Shelby Erickson, a junior from Rice Lake. We're watching Elsie Mikak, and she crosses in an unofficial second place at 42.55. What Ella's time as she crosses the finish line at 47.01. 47.01. On course now from the Aquinas Onalaska ski team, this is Ella Scheibel.
Nope, Elizabeth Windheiser.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth Windheiser. Whoops, one back.
That's all right.
Getting to be a full day.
Oh, sure. Names and numbers. Following Elizabeth Windheiser, we'll have bib 80, Maddie Vukovic.
Got back on course very quickly. Pounding through this last flush, and Taylor's time is 56.7. 56.7 on course now. A senior from Oconomowoc. This is Clara Hayes, bib number 91.
And in the start, we'll have 123, Ella Novinsky, a junior from Whitefish Bay. Hoping that Clara has a good run here. Bib number 91, Clara Hayes from Oconomowoc.
Looks like the course is holding up pretty well, Amy. These racers are doing a great job here late in the second seed. Coming at it with a mission, crossing the finish line from Oconomowoc. Clara Hayes' time, 53.99. On course now, a junior from Whitefish Bay. This is Ella Novinsky.
And in the start, we have bib 101, Lucy Daniels, a senior from University School of Milwaukee. At the head wall is Ella Novinsky.
Now making some nice turns down, keeping some good angulation on those skis. Just a sophomore this year from Kettle Moraine.
And here she comes, bib 33, Penelope Whiteside to the finish. Penelope's time is at 51.42, 51.42.
Rounding out our last skier in seed number 2, a senior from the Madison Area Co-op. On the front of the course here is Isabella Graffin.
Here comes Isabella Graffin to the finish. And her time is a 49.91, 49.91. And that wraps up our second seed of the girls slalom. And we'll continue with our third seed after we get a quick slip of this slalom course.
And speaking of slipping, after the race, any skier at Mount Lacrosse who's willing to help us, racers.
Another reminder that following the girls' slalom, we will have awards for today's events. So stick around for the awards ceremony following this race. And as soon as everything can be tabulated, we'll be handing out awards in the little finish area. So stick around. Also, as Rich said, we're going to need some help taking good care of the snow, and we're going to need help with slipping following the race. So please stick around, and if you're willing to help, we'd really appreciate it. It can help save some of this good snow for tomorrow. And finally, if you want to buy some apparel or get some souvenirs for the state meet, you can go into the chalet and go into the boardroom, and we have t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and also the ordering window will be open starting Tuesday, so you can go back to the website. A senior from La Crosse Schools, and she is clearing the headwall, coming into the sunshine here.
Natalie will be followed by Grace Opektar from Nikolai Shorewood. Natalie Beck's final race here for La Crosse. She's a senior this year. And Natalie Beck's time is 1.07.14. On course now, a senior from Nikolai Shorewood. This is Grace Opektar.
In the gate, we have bib 105, Isabel Werner, a sophomore from the University School of Milwaukee. And we're watching Grace Optekar, a senior from Nikolai Shorewood, on course.
I like that better. I like Optekar. I think that's how we're going to pronounce it.
I'm not sure, but that's, we can try different ways and see if we get one of them right.
Grace is a senior this year also in bib number 87 as she crosses the finish line with a time of
Here comes Morley Schrader to the finish. Her time is a 1.15.40. 1.15.40.
On course now, we have Paige Tarkowski, a freshman from Muskego in bib number 78.
And in the start, we have one of our local racers, bib number 3, Greta Griffith, a sophomore from the Aquinas on Alaska West Salem team. Coming into the sunshine is Paige Tarkowski.
The Muskego fans are going nuts for Paige. Make some noise, Muskego, as your freshman comes down the hill for her first state championship race. Paige Tarkowski crosses the finish line at 51.08. 51.08 on course now. A sophomore from La Crosse, Greta Griffith.
In the start, we have bib 72, Reese Miazga, a freshman from Mukwonago. And at the head wall, we are looking at Greta Griffith, a sophomore from the Aquinas on Alaska West Salem team.
.45 on course now, Annabelle Cunningham from Madison West.
And in the start, we have bib 28, Flynn Gogan, a sophomore from Kettle Moraine. At the head wall, we have Annabelle Cunningham, bib number 50.
Annabelle will be followed by Flynn Gogan, a sophomore from Kettle Moraine. We're watching Annabelle Cunningham from Madison West.
We are in our third seed of the girls' slalom. We're about 1/4 of the way through the third seed. Here comes Annabelle Cunningham to the finish. Annabelle's time is a 54.33. 54.33.
On course now is Flynn Gogan from Kettle Moraine. Flynn's a sophomore.
And Flynn will be followed by bib 122, Lydia Lim, a sophomore from Whitefish Bay.
Here comes Flynn. You can make some noise for Maggie as Maggie crosses the finish line in 49.95 seconds. 49.95.
Our next racer is bib 47, Lauren Welsh from the Madison Area Co-op. She'll be followed by bib 98, Dorothy Grundin from Rice Lake. Here comes Lauren Welsh into the sunshine.
Lauren's doing a nice job here. Her junior year coming into the state tournament, and Lauren finishes at 52.05. 52.05. On course now is Dorothy Grundin.
And in the gate, we have Jordan Young, a freshman from Arrowhead.
Dorothy's in from Rice Lake as a junior. We're seeing her on the front of the course here. And what a beautiful day it is here at Mount Lacrosse. Walk. Bib number 89, and Josie crosses the finish line at 53.35. 53.35. On course now is McKenna Nash, a senior from Rhinelander Northland Pines.
In the start, we have bib 113, Ashley Benson, a junior from West Bend. And we can see McKenna Nash at the head wall now.
McKenna skiing as an individual from Rhinelander Northland Pines. On course now is Elsie Marley from GET.
And following Elsie, we'll have bib 147, Peyton Ross, a junior from Wanakee. We're almost done with our third seed of the girls slalom. We have 4 more racers in the third seed. And at the head wall is Elsie Marley. And we're watching bib 144, Elsie Marley, an individual racer from GET on course. And coming to the finish is Elsie Marley with a time of 1.13.62. 1.13.62. Now on course, we have bib number 147, Peyton Ross, a junior from Wanakee on course.
And Anna's time, 1.03.33. Next up, a junior from Franklin, Liz Chekai, is on course.
And in the start, we'll have bib 111, Lily Whitwer, freshman from Wausau United, to wrap up seed number 3.
We're watching Liz Chekai come into the sunshine here on this ending of our third seed on the Wisconsin State Girls Slalom Championships here at Mount Lacrosse. Keeping our eye on Liz as she comes towards the finish line, and Liz Chakai's time is a 1 minute even, 0.38, 1.00.38. And our final skier in seed number 3, a freshman from Wausau United, this is Lily Whitwer. Lily pushing her way through this course as it's changing just a little bit with some ruts, but she's doing a really good job of staying centered and absorbing those changes. And Lily, as a freshman, crosses the line at 50.67, 50.67, and that completes seed number 3. We will course slip quickly and jump in with seed number 4 here shortly. First skier in seed number 4, Abigail Kruger from the Madison Area Co-op. We're watching Abigail Kruger here from the Madison Area Co-op. She's a sophomore this year, making her way down into this final pitch, doing a nice job. She had a little oops coming out of the start gate, but regained her composure quickly and easily, and Abigail Kruger crosses the finish line at 1.12.45. On course now, a sophomore from the University School of Milwaukee, Francesca Drope.
And in the start, we have bib 90, Elena Dvorak, a senior from Oconomowoc.
This is Francesca Drope coming at us here, a sophomore again from the University School of Milwaukee, making some nice turns here in this final pitch. Of course now, a freshman from La Crosse, Bree Scholl.
And in the start, we have bib 121, Lily Gerzadas, a sophomore from Whitefish Bay.
Here's our La Crosse fans making some noise. Let's hear you out there. Bree Scholl coming at us.
And like I said before, Bree's one of my students in my class, and she does a great job, and she's doing a great job here on this slalom course. We're watching bib 38, Bree Scholl from the La Crosse schools. All right, let's hear it for Bree Scholl, bib number 38. And Bree's time is a 1.15.61. 1.15.61.
On course now, a sophomore from Whitefish Bay, wearing bib 121. This is Lily Gerzadas.
And in the start, we have bib 114, Madeline Dorn, a senior from West Bend. Slalom race, as she's a senior from the Nicolay Shorewood area. And let's hear it for Lane Hammond, bib number 86. Her time is a 57.57, 57.57.
On course now, Megan McKenney, a junior from Middleton. She's made her way across the head wall coming into this dark section here. Getting back online. This is bib 63, Megan McKenney. She'll be followed by Estella McMurray from Madison West.
And Megan McKenney is approaching the last few gates here. She's a junior from Middleton. Bib number 63, Megan McKenney, finishes with a time of 1.01.06. 1.01.06.
On course now, a sophomore from Madison West, Estella McMurray.
She makes her way toward the finish.
Now that's a darn fancy suit that Ellen's got on, and she's crossing the finish line at 59.23. 59.23 for Ellen Gargulak. On course now is bib 27. This is Josie Sagan, a junior from Franklin.
And in the start is bib 31, Nicole Wallet, a junior from Kettle Moraine. And approaching the sunshine is Josie Sagan from Franklin.
Josie's going to be followed up by Nicole Wallet from Kettle Moraine. Let's keep our eyes on Josie as she approaches the finish line here. She's a junior from Franklin, and Josie Sagan will cross the finish line in 1.03.96.
On course is bib 31, Nicole Wallet, a junior from Kettle Moraine. She'll be followed by 106, Harper Brandenburg, a freshman from Wausau United.
Nicole just had a little oops there, had to get focused back onto the course. She's on her way. Nicole will be followed by Harper Brandenburg, as Amy said, and we're watching Nicole Wallet on the front part of this course, a junior from Kettle Moraine.
Co-op.
We're watching Mackenzie Dorr, a junior from Divine Savior. And Mackenzie Dorr crosses the finish line at 50.29. 50.29. Sophia Herstoff next up, a senior from Wisconsin River Co-op.
And she'll be followed by one of our locals, number 2, Mary Catherine Clatworthy, a sophomore from the Aquinas, Unalaska West Salem team.
Here comes Sophia. her last race as a slalom skier at the Wisconsin State Tournament here. She's a senior this year for Wisconsin River Co-op. Let's watch as Sophia crosses the finish line, and Sophia's time is 53.46. 53.46. A local girl from Aquinas, Onalaska, West Salem, Mary Catherine Clatworthy's on course.
And she'll be followed by Riley DeVell, a freshman from Muskego, and Maya Burdick from Mukwonago. And that'll round out our 4th seed of the girls' slalom.
We've got Mary Catherine Clatworthy coming down in front of us on the main course here. Her down and finish the rest of the course. Here comes Riley across the line at 1.09.61. And our final racer in seed number 4 is on course, Maya Burdick. Maya's a senior from Mukwonago.
I think Maya did not start from what I remember.
All right, Maya did not start. We are closing out seed 4. We will slip this course and start off seed 5 in just a moment.
And on course right now, we have bib 107, Julia Haymauer, a freshman from Wausau United. She's the first racer in our 5th seed. She'll be followed by bib 77, Alicia Senart. We'll get corrected times in just a minute. And we've got some corrections make sure that we're getting our times correct. Bib 107, Julia Hemauer had a 58.78. That was Julia Hemauer, 58.7. Jumbotron, and we can see everything on that thing. It's awesome. Bib number 5, Alexis Smith, is on course. And we're watching bib number 5, Alexis Smith, a senior from the AOWS squad, as she approaches the finish. And Alexis's time is a 1.15.69. 1.15.69. Our next racer will be 127, Sienna Feltz from Wisconsin River Co-op. And that was Sienna Feltz finishing with a 50.22, 50.22.
Next racer from Rice Lake, she's a junior, Kaylin Ostenson.
Following Kate. And approaching the last part of the course, bib 36, Camille Johnson. Here she comes, bib 36, Camille Johnson finishes with a 1.11.26, 1.11.26.
On course now, a freshman from Middleton. This is Anuya Mandava, bib 62. Her first trip to the state ski racing championships.
And in the start, we have bib 41, Piper Finley, a senior from the Madison Area Co-op. We're about halfway through our 5th seed of the girls slalom. A reminder that following our 6th seed, we will be doing awards in the finish area, and we also need some help with slipping, so stick around. Here comes Anuya Mandava to the finish. Her time is a 1.03.
Kettle Moraine, she's a junior this year. We're going to watch Megan Robertson in bib number 30.
She'll be followed by bib number 9, Katie Curry, a sophomore from Arrowhead.
Got Megan Robertson hard charging here in the middle of our 5th seed. And Megan crosses the finish line with a time of 52.46. 52.46 for Megan Robertson. On course now, Katie Curry, a sophomore from Arrowhead.
In the start, we have bib 48, Lucy Barbouche, a senior from Madison West.
Katie Curry getting across the head wall there in nice shape. Arrowhead always brings a strong contingent of both boys and girl racers to the state tournament. So we've been watching with glee the Arrowhead racers. Lots of good racers here today. Katie Curry charges to the finish line with 47.48, good enough for an 18th position here for Katie Curry. Verheyen's time is 53.15, 53.15. On course now from Franklin, a junior, Eloise Levesque.
And in the start, we have bib 15, Joan Berry, a junior from Divine Savior Holy Angels. We have about 6 racers left in our 5th seed. And we're listening to a lot of cowbell here for Eloise Levesque, a junior from Franklin, making her way through this course.
Eloise keeps charging. She's moving towards the bottom here, and she is crossing the finish line with a time of 1.09.6. 1.09.06.
Our next racer is bib 15, Joan Berry. She's a junior from the Divine Savior Holy Angels.
Joan will be followed by Avielle Dickman from Nicolay Shorewood. Got a little wide there, but she got back in course right away. And Solveig comes across the finish line at 58.13. 58.13. On course now, Annalise Rasmussen, a sophomore from Mukwonago.
And Annalise will be followed by bib 104, Sophia Torinas, a freshman from the University School of Milwaukee.
Sophia will round out seed number 5, so just a couple racers left here in seed number 5. We're watching Annalise Rasmussen, bib 73 from Mukwonago.
And here she comes, bib 73, Annalise Rasmussen. Her time is a 55.42, 55.42.
On course now, a freshman from the University School of Milwaukee, Sophia Torinas. She's in bib 104, and she'll round out seed number 5.
And getting close to the finish area is Sophia Torinas, and Sophia's time is a 58.77, 58.77. That concludes our 5th seed of the girls slalom. We've got seed number 6 coming up. And we've had a beautiful day here at Mount Lacrosse. We're just wrapping up the girls slalom here with our 6th seed, bib number 23, Rachel Irie, finishing up with a 1.12.64, 1.12.64.
On course now from 8AOWS is Caroline Clevin. She's a junior this year.
In the start, we have bib 54, Ava Peevehouse, a freshman from Madison West.
And the lacrosse fans are going wild for Caroline. They're making some noise as she makes her way down this course.
A lot of these racers are getting some great experience here at the state meet. It's fun to watch. Each year they get better and better. Here comes Caroline Clevin to the finish. Her time is a 1.07.26, 1.07.26 for Caroline Clevin.
On course next, a freshman from Madison West, Ava Peevehouse, is on course. Tessa looks like she had just a little oops there. She's climbing back up around a gate to keep a time coming in for her team. Had to make a little change in direction there and got back around that gate. Tessa still on course. She's a sophomore from Wausau. It's kind of a neat view there, Amy, as they come across that top ridge against that sunlight.
It's really pretty, yeah. I'm sure Steve Davis is going to get some cool pictures of that as well. Aperture by Steve Davis. He's our official photographer for the state meet. You can go to his website and check out everything. It takes some beautiful photos. Here comes Tessa Hobbins on course.
Making some lefts and making some rights as Tessa Hobbins crosses the line at 1.25.95 for Tessa Hobbins. Up next and on course is Olivia Skelton. She's a freshman from Menominee Falls.
And in the start is 118, Channing Schmidt, a sophomore from West Bend.
Got Olivia Skelton out in front of us, another followed by Christy Munson from Middleton.
We're watching bib 94, Ashlyn Schlevy on course. And in the start, we have 64, Christy Munson, another senior. She's from Middleton.
This is Ashlyn Schlevy coming across the finish line, and Ashlyn's time is 1.01.09. On course now, Christy Munson, a senior from Middleton.
In the start, we've got bib 29, Carly McCausland, a senior from Kettle Moraine. We're watching Christy Munson on course. Freshman from McWanago. And following her is another freshman, bib 13, Tess Talbot, a freshman from Arrowhead. Here comes Audrey Severson approaching the finish. And Audrey's time is a 58.45, 58.45.
Tess Talbot on course. She had a little slip out there right at the head wall. Let's see what she has to do with that. Those course officials will tell her what she needs to do. Back up and around that red gate. And here comes Tess Talbot.
Bib 42, Megan Gabriel C., sophomore from Madison Area Co-op, is in the start.
I don't know what it is, Amy, but every time I look up at one of these hot skiers and skiing really fast, it happens to be a freshman girl. I'm not sure why, but they're skiing really well today. Freshmen from every school are really putting in some good times in.
Yep, they're aggressive. I like it.
Here comes Tess Talbot across the line with a 58.9. 58.9 for Tess.
Now on course, bib 42, Megan Gabriel C., a sophomore from Madison Area Co-op. She'll be followed by 125, Lucy Sarnowski from Whitefish Bay.
We've got Megan Gabriel.
Bottom gates here.
Getting to the bottom third of our last seed here. Lucy's a senior this year, so this is the last and final trip to the state ski tournament, and here she is with a time of 1.08.13 for Lucy Sarnowski. Next up, a local skier, Ava Herlitsky.
And Ava is bib 35, and she's a junior at La Crosse Central. Our next racer will be bib 17, Amanda Delcourt, a sophomore from Divine Savior Holy Angels.
Let's make some noise, lacrosse folks, as Ava Herlitsky is taking it down the slalom course here. Getting to the end of our skiers, but across the finish line, here comes Ava Herlitsky with a time of 1.06.28.
Nice job, Ava. Our next racer is bib 17, Amanda Delcourt, and she's a sophomore from Divine Savior. And then our final racer of the day will be bib number 85, Anna Glasner, a freshman from Nicolay Shorewood. So we're watching Amanda Delcourt make her way through this slalom course. Taking good care of this snow, so if you are able and willing to help us out, that would be awesome. You can help us slip the White House course and Thunderation. Go to the top, and you can help all the course workers and everybody who's willing and able to make this snow good for tomorrow. So we're not able to do much grooming with it because of the warm temperatures, so any little bit can help. So if you would be willing, that would be great to help us out. Go to the top of White House and Thunderation and help us slip the course. And we'll do awards as soon as everything is all calculated. So thanks for a great day here, our second day of the 2022 Wisconsin Alpine State Ski and Snowboard Championships. I'm Amy Schwartz, and this is Rich Rice. Thanks for a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow bright and early, folks. See if you can give us a hand getting this course set up here yet tonight, and we'll be good to go in the morning. Opening ceremonies at 8:30.
No ceremony.
Oh.
No ceremony tomorrow, but the lifts open at 7 a.m. And gate judges meet at 7:30. Inspection starts at 7:45. Our first race is the boys slalom at 8:30 a.m. So see you tomorrow. Mr. McVicker would say, ski you later.
I get to have him in my family too. Awesome. All right, and here's John Seepman. He's going to help us do awards as well. So I'll start with the Super G, top 5. So ladies, when I call your name. Oh, for pictures, you guys, we'll just let you borrow a second one. So it's red.
Can't keep that one though.
Good idea, Steve.
Don't go over the bars. Yeah, Noah, would you throw a little bit?
And now we have our girls slalom results. Top 5. In 5th place with a time of 44.14 from Wausau, Grace Hurley.
She had a big day today.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
That's a boy. In 4th place with a time of 43.77 from Wisconsin River Co-op, Cora Hansen. In 3rd place with a time of 43.61 from Divine Savior Holy Angels, Peyton Bradford.
And moving to ladies GS, and then finishing up with the Super G for the men. So thanks everybody. See you in the morning.